What's going on this morning, family? Black Phoenix checking in. I'm at the headquarters right now. Just wanted to talk to you for a minute about using what you got to get to where you're going. And I wanted to say that because, nowadays, we get sidetracked and we think that we need so much. This generation, we feel like we need so many things to accomplish what we're trying to do and to get to what we're trying to get at in life, which my grandfather taught me that the your greatest asset is your imagination and using your hands, doing it for yourself sometime. You know what I mean? Like, we complain and we want people to assist us and help build these great ideas that we have, but we're not putting anything behind it. We're not using what we have, which is our hands, our work ethics. People respect people respect when they see you grinding and they see you pushing forward on your dream. I heard Will Smith say one time in an interview, he said that if you believe in what you believe in, you have to believe in it insanely. Like, you have to believe in it to the point where other people are going to say, "This man is insane. This woman is insane. That is not going to work." And you got to believe in it and keep driving anyway, keep doing it anyway. And then they're gonna be like, "Well, maybe they might get something. He may be on to something. Let's check him out a little bit closer." You know, you keep grinding, you keep grinding, you keep grinding. Then they say, "Hey, come over here, come take a seat at the high table, man. We want to talk about how you got here. We want to put you on this platform and tell us about your struggle." You never know, man. But you have to use these. You have to be willing to use your work ethics. You have to be willing to um, think outside of the box, willing to use what you got, man, like on all levels. And when I say that, I mean like use the small tools you got, use the family you have, the people you do have in your corner. We complain and we get frustrated and we get in our feelings about not having a certain group of supporters and not having enough, or we get caught up in numbers when you might have that one or two people and you're not utilizing them. You're not using them for the strength that you need. You're focused on some more numbers. Sometimes it's best just to use what you got, use what God bless you with. you know it made things simple for me, man, once I started to realize that, in life, the things that we strive for, we can't die with. But the only thing that you can die with is the love and the experiences that you have passed on, because people will remember that. People will remember that. But those material things that you have, you ain't gonna be remembered for them unless you build some type of deal and you did something monumental that affected generations to come. That's how you live to be remembered. But just getting caught up thinking that you got to have this new car all the time, and you getting caught up in that, and you think you got to have this, and you think you got to have that. I mean, a lot of times we can put ourselves in a bind. So I just wanted to say, man, I think that while you got the time, if you're working, if you're down, if you're thinking, if you're trying to get some things together, now is the time to actually work on that. So just keep that in mind, man, when you're building yourself and getting yourself together. You know, I'm out here and I ain't gonna lie, I don't have no trash or nothing out here. But man, we got flies around this area, and in Phoenix, we don't really have that many flies like this around here. I see them all the time. I be like, man, these flies, they like follow you. They everywhere. But just wanted to talk to you this morning about utilizing what you have. Just utilizing to your best ability, because you can take what you got and you can build it up. You can always improve it. Make it better. I have taken things that others had threw away. Others had, "Oh, this ain't gonna work," and I didn't took it and polished it up and created something and made something that was beneficial for me. I used for my family. I sold it to someone else that helped them, benefit their business. I mean, you'd be surprised, man. We just have to think outside of the box and literally use what we have, like what you got. it is what it is. You know what I mean? If you just got that little, you just got that little, and you need to just maximize it, work it, work it, work it. You know what I mean? And you can make it grow. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind, man. I just wanted to say that, I was just up thinking, getting a few things organized inside the garage so I can get ready to do some fabrication this morning. And it's still early now. Normally, I don't start my home fabrication until 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock, that's when I normally start. If I got to do some cutting or whatever, I just wait to 8. Normally around here, everybody's up early, but I wait till 8 o'clock is a good time to start actually working. So normally I'll do it like that. So, I just wanted to come to you for a moment. I was just thinking about what my grandfather told me, man, use your hands. And the first trade my grandfather taught me literally was how to cut hair. He taught me how to cut hair. He taught me how to cut hair by cutting his hair, and I messed up a lot of time. But my grandfather had a bald head, so it didn't matter. He'd be like, "Go on and try this on there," and I try this design or try that. And when I mess up and I finish or whatever, it just all right, cut it all bald, and then we'll shave it bald when we get done cutting it. So he taught me how to do that. So and that just giving me the opportunity to be free like that and to be creative, man. You just don't know how that was a blessing to me. Like it just taught me so much. And now, I had my son with me for a week or so, a little over a week, and me and him got a chance to spend some time for his birthday. And now we're about to start spending more time. And while he was here, I helped him do a few things around the house, and we had fun. But I taught him a few things. I showed him, I helped him work with me. I told him when he worked with me, I said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. When you work with me and I teach you on the job training, I'm gonna give you $10 an hour. He was like, $10 an hour? Okay, Daddy, let's start right now. My son is a trip, man. He got a nice personality. Very funny, man. Good soul. And he was out there and I was showing him how to do it. And once I showed him something, he had it. Like he caught on so quick. And so it just, it was amazing to me how I was investing, how I am investing in his future, how I showed him how to do a skill, and then I taught him how to cut some metal, and this time we didn't do any welding, which we could have, but I didn't teach him welding this time. So okay, I'm gonna teach you some fundamentals and other stuff. I'm gonna teach you how to use the tools. So I'm teaching him how to use his hands and think outside the box, build things, and he liked to put things together. He see the idea once we get to doing something. He's like, oh, that's why you did that. So I just think it's valuable that we pass down what we know from our hands and that we utilize what we got. And as we grow, we get into those violent financial situations where a lot of times it be finances that keeps us from getting over the hump, on certain things until we get our money up. Because I done been there several times. I'm getting some things together now, what I mean, where the only thing that's keeping me from getting to a hump is finances. So, sometimes that happen, but you just utilize what you got until you get over the hump. I realized, my aunt used to tell me, she used to tell me, push all the time. Push. Pray until something happens. You know what I mean? She was like, I realize in life that we're even about to go into a problem, we're in a problem, or we're coming out of one. It's like a cycle. So you have to be able to know how to push and be able to celebrate and to enjoy those moments when things are going good, and to keep your head up when things are going bad, because you know that, hey, it ain't gonna always be like this. The sun don't always be down. It's not night all the time. It don't rain all the time. It don't storm all the time. Sometimes you can see the sunrise, and things are nice. So we just have to weigh things out, count our blessings, what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that this morning, man, to use your hands, use what you got. Don't get caught up in what you don't have. You know, we could say there's a lot of things that we wish we could have, you know what I mean? But when that time comes, it's gonna come. I feel like there's nothing wrong with you having nothing that you want, none of your none of your wants. But I think you should have your needs first, and you should have your priorities in line, so that way once you get them, you know what to do with them. I done had thousands, bro, that I had messed off because I didn't know what to do with it when I was, in that mindset and younger. And then once you grow up, you're like, man, the money, man, I messed off. Boy, if I had that, I could do this, but you don't. But just to think of it, to me, sometimes just to waste the thought of just thinking of what you could have did, but you can't. Just move on. Now what are you going to do? You know what I mean? I remember a lady growing up used to always tell me, she said, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you didn't. She said, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you didn't. She was like, hey, let it go. It's okay now. It is what it is. Let's move on now. Ain't no reason to cry over spilled milk. That's make clean up the mess and make it other glass and keep on going with life. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to come to you and say that, man, this morning while I was, like I say, out getting my mind together and getting things together. So y'all be blessed out there. Enjoy your day and get your hog on. Like